when a patient facing a new diagnosis says, "I'm overwhelmed and I don't know if I can handle this," the NCLEX is testing your ability to respond therapeutically, not just medically. The most common exam trap is choosing a response that offers false reassurance, like "don't worry, you'll be fine." This response dismisses the patient's valid feelings and shuts down communication. Another frequent wrong answer is giving advice, such as, "You need to join a support group." While that might be helpful later, it is not therapeutic in this initial moment because it jumps to a solution before the patient has been fully heard. The correct answer will almost always involve reflection or the use of a broad, open-ended statement. A powerful response would be, "It sounds like this is a very difficult and overwhelming time for you." This validates their feeling and invites them to share more. The exam wants to see you acknowledge the patient's reality. Another major pitfall is asking why questions. If a patient refuses their medication, asking "why won't you take your medication" can sound accusatory and put them on the defensive. A better, more therapeutic approach tested on the exam is to state the observation and explore the underlying reason. For example, "I notice you haven't taken your medication. Can you tell me what's on your mind?" This is a non-judgmental opening for a real conversation. Remember the simple mnemonic OARS. It stands for open-ended questions, affirmations, reflective listening, and summarizing. These are your core tools. Instead of asking, "Are you in pain?" which is a closed question, ask, "Can you describe the pain you're feeling?" That is an open-ended question. Let's consider a patient in crisis, perhaps someone experiencing a panic attack. Your communication must become more direct, simple, and authoritative while still being supportive. Use short, clear sentences. Instead of exploring feelings in depth, you might say, "I am here with you. I will stay with you. Look at me and take a slow breath with me." The priority shifts from exploration to safety and de-escalation. Similarly, with a cognitively impaired patient, communication relies on simplicity, validation, and reorientation. If a patient with dementia is looking for their deceased spouse, arguing with them is non-therapeutic. Instead, you validate their feeling and gently redirect. You might say, "You must miss your husband very much. It's time for lunch now. Let's walk to the dining room together." You are not lying, but you are also not causing further distress by forcing them to accept a painful reality. Finally, the NCLEX will test your approach to cultural and language differences. The absolute rule is to use a facility-approved medical interpreter. Never use a family member, especially a child, as they may filter information or lack medical terminology, which is a major patient safety risk. When communicating, look and speak directly to the patient, not the interpreter. Be mindful that nonverbal cues vary greatly between cultures. What is considered respectful in one culture may not be in another. The exam expects you to demonstrate awareness of these nuances by choosing answers that prioritize professional interpretation and respect for cultural diversity, ensuring that every patient feels heard, respected, and safe.